Hey Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline, and fans, you're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do a review on Fear the Walking Dead. That's right, fans. Us Walking Dead fans have been waiting all year for this. That's right. And it has finally arrived, and what this show has promised is this is like a pre-apocalyptic setting. It's going to lead into the apocalypse. And I am so excited for this because I love seeing the world fall apart before the actual major event happens. So this first episode was 90 minutes long. So I'm going to tell you a little bit what happened in the episode, and then I'm going to tell you what I thought of the episode, a little bit about the characters. We're going to have some fun here. So, alright, first off, you know, we opened up this show where a lot of us already saw the first 3 minutes before this first episode aired. And you wind up seeing our character who's like a heroin addict, drug addict. His name is Nick. And he wakes up the same way as Rick did in a hospital bed. You see him upside down, he opens up his eyes, and he's slowly walking around, and he's exploring a church that it's abandoned and has all these druggies in there, and all these people are killed, and then you wind up seeing like this girl that he was dating eating somebody. And so it's kind of like the same thing where Rick was exploring the hospital bed, he's walking around, and he winds up seeing zombies everywhere. So it's very similar in that aspect, the way the show opened up. Very suspenseful, really, really good. So I really enjoyed that aspect of the show. Now, going forward though, the show was 90 minutes, and it spent 90 minutes focusing around the character Nick, who's this, again, heroin addict, about coming to a realization if these zombies were real or not. Which I can understand because, you know, it's not every day that you see a zombie. It's a very new thing for this world. Now, we're accustomed to seeing it because obviously we're the watchers of this show, and you know what these zombies are, you know what they're going to do, and everything else. So the cool thing about this show is that when you do see a zombie in this episode, you're kind of like, dude, shoot it in the head, shoot it in the head, you know, and you see all these other people shooting it in the chest or hitting it with cars, and so you're kind of find yourself yelling at the freaking TV screen, you know, telling what these guys what to do, but they're not listening to you, you know. So it's one of those things that the episode does that is really cool, and it's suspenseful at times where you think, you know, the principal's sitting in a chair like this, and you think he's going to turn around and be a zombie, but that's not the case. So they're really introducing the zombies to the audience very slowly in this show, at least in this first episode. You see glimpses of the world starting to fall apart in various ways. You wind up seeing missing children here and there. You actually see a wandering zombie, you know, here and there. And you wind up seeing a situation happens on the freeway where they actually see a zombie and they don't know how to handle it, you know. People are scared, so some of people stay home from school. But the world is very much populated. It hasn't been overrun yet. And really what this episode really focused on, again, was about Nick, who was the main character in this episode, dealing with what he thinks is a trip or not. And that, I thought, was a little bit drawn out. But the rest of the way where they did the episode, it was okay, because they got to introduce the characters and they got to start from some place, okay? So the first characters that we wind up seeing in the actual episode is actually is Nick, like I said already, and he was like the druggie. You know, he comes from a household where his mom is divorced and he lives with his sister, and his mom's name is Madison. Again, there's Nick, and then there's Alicia, which is his sister. Those are the three. Now, Madison is dating the male in the show, and his name is Travis. Travis has a son, which is Christopher, and he has an ex-wife, which is Lisa. And they're having, obviously, family conflicts. But really what the show, again, focuses on is when Nick has this goes to the hospital and he escapes the hospital, he's trying to reach out to his drug dealer to try to get answers about if the drugs were bad or not. And you find out Madison or Travis are looking for Nick. And that's really what the episode focuses heavily about. And when you get to the end of this episode, you wind up finding out that Nick got into an altercation with his drug dealer, which is Calvin, and Calvin winds up getting killed in this episode, and he winds up turning into the zombie. And this, for the first time, you witness these few people dealing with a zombie situation and how to handle it. So it was pretty cool, but the build up to that was kind of slow. But again, I do completely understand where they're going with it, because it has to start somewhere. The future of this series is going to be what determines if it's going to hold up, because I really want to see how they handle the apocalyptic situations here. I really want to see, how the human race deals with not having electricity, how they deal without having their cell phones, their computers, running out of food, how the riots start, just how the world starts to unravel. And they have 6 episodes to do this. In fact, now they have 5. And this will determine if this series continues to go on or if it's only a 1-season type of deal. But I think this sets the pace of what's things to come. So, again, I'm still very excited for this episode, or for this series, for the rest of the way. I can't wait to see how our characters develop more here. Hopefully they can develop our characters within the 5 episodes that are left. And I'm really excited to see how the world really falls apart, because I love that shit, man. So that stuff is really cool. So guys, what did you think of this episode? Did you like it? Did you think it was slow like I thought, but you can understand where they're going? Are you just over the whole zombie apocalyptic thing? Do you feel this is necessary for this actual show? So again, guys, leave me those comments below. What you think of the characters here? Did you think Nick was like a Johnny Depp wannabe? Because I kind of thought he was. So again, leave me all those thoughts below. And guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. I'll be reviewing the show each and every week here. And fans, as always, I'll see you on that next review. Take care, guys. See you soon. Bye.